And he is their most talented offensive player. He's got to play like it's Sunday.
All right, to the NBA now. Brandon Ingram had a nice night last night, scored 36 points, and the Lakers lost to the Sixers. Nick, do you think Brandon Ingram is still a Laker after the trade deadline?
I think it's more likely that he is, because right now I think it's less than 50% that they get the trade done with the New Orleans Pelicans. But he raised the likelihood they get the trade done with that performance last night because he popped as a scorer for the first time really in his career, and he did it on just 20 shots.
The Lakers are hoping he's not with the team because that means they've gotten the trade done. You have to include him in the trade. You can't be messing around. You can't let this 10-day window that you have, Magic Johnson, you can't let other teams, you can't let Boston, other teams get involved.
Pull the trigger.
No, man. Whoever you want, give me my driver's license so I can, in case I have to travel. I got to go to the Super Bowl. You can have everything else in there. I throw in Baby Sue as a rental.
That's not kosher.
I need AD, man.
The NBA fined AD, speaking of which, $50,000. This in response to his agent, Rich Paul, publicly requesting a trade from the Pelicans. Nick, what was your reaction?
All right, I want people to understand this. You're allowed to request a trade. You're not allowed to do it publicly.
Yes.
You can go to the team, and you're allowed, essentially, de facto, to leak it. But Rich Paul put his name on it, and so Anthony Davis got to pay $50,000 because of it. I got no problem with this. Anthony Davis, I think, went about this the right way. He knew he was getting fined. He told his teammates, he told the organization, and then he didn't want to lie about it publicly when it was bound to get out. He knew he was going to get fined for it. $50,000 is a lot of money. I don't care how much money you make. Could have bought a cousin an X5.
He's the guy leaving $80 million on the table. Yeah, $50,000.
That's fine. That's still money he would rather than the NBA get. He could have given it to a friend.
Well, Nick, I'm just going to tell you, in our partnership and everything, my man Rich Paul, we got to piece up on that. We got to split that. I need 25 from you, bro.
From Rich Paul?
Oh, I need 25 from you.
Man.
Nick, if you say something on this show and they find me, I'm telling you, we splitting it right down. That's the partnership, dog.
Okay, but maybe not 50-50. Much like Anthony Davis and Rich Paul, one guy's got substantially more money than the other.
Well, I've been doing things.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Well, I've been doing things.
All right, finally, Kyrie Irving. Apparently thinking along the same lines as Anthony Davis. According to reports, Kyrie is genuinely interested in reuniting with LeBron James in Los Angeles as a Laker. According to Fact, they used to be teammates in Cleveland before Kyrie demanded a trade for the start of last year. CeCe, how surprising is it that Kyrie wants to get back together with LeBron?
Well, I'm not that surprised because from the beginning, I knew that Kyrie leaving Cleveland, it was more basically about what we see with a lot of young players. You know, guys want their own shoes. Guys want their own franchise. Guys want their own legacy. And they want to be able to take credit for their overall success. Now, Kyrie Irving, if he keeps playing with LeBron James, LeBron in Cleveland, being from Ohio, is he ever going to be able to do that? No, not really. Now, how he went there, I thought was petty. He like Cleveland put him on the trade and on the trade block. He found out about it, then he demanded his way out. LeBron didn't have anything to do with that. LeBron told the front office to keep the kid.
Make it work.
So I knew what LeBron did to try to keep him. So it wasn't on LeBron to be able to bridge that gap. It's just more of a man recognizing it. Kyrie realized that and said he was sorry, and he missed the times that they had together. So I thought there eventually might be a resolution. Now, I didn't think he'd be coming back with the Lakers. I just thought because all the other options, and I was worried about Kyrie's overall health. But him and LeBron, based on what LeBron meant to his career, yes, it should be one of Kyrie's options to be able to play with if it doesn't work out him going back to New York, where he's a Jersey kid, but going to New York, which we know he has great ambition to be able to do.
Why do you think this is happening now, Nick? Do you think that if he was successful in Boston, a little bit more at least, then this wouldn't even be in conversation?
I want to make this clear. I do not think this is the most likely outcome. And I don't think it's fair to classify it as Kyrie definitively wants to rejoin LeBron. I think it is definitely fair to classify it as Kyrie is open to rejoining LeBron with the Lakers, and LeBron is very open to that possibility as well. What I think happened was a number of things. Kyrie recognized his own immaturity at times by seeing the immaturity in other players. See, he saw some, because even before he requested a trade, there were the stories out of Cleveland about some of his practice habits and talking to Ty Lue saying, that's not my job, that's Bron's job. And then he sees these young guys that maybe think they are the next Kyrie, right? Even if not positional similarities. And he's like, man, that's irritating. And then he's like, oh, maybe that was kind of what I did. And then I think he also went back, and thought about, it's one thing to demand a trade. It's another thing that after you're traded, go on national television. And he could have smoothed that over. He could have said, listen, it had nothing to do with LeBron. I'm not certain if LeBron's going to be in Cleveland long term. I wanted my own team. Instead, he was like, why would I call LeBron? Why? He did a lot of things to make it kind of salt the earth behind him. And I think he had the clarity of a year removed and realizing his own struggles trying to take on that LeBron role. And so he reached out. And once the human element is solved, then it's a basketball question. And we saw LeBron and Kyrie win a title together against the 73-win Warriors.
Yeah, I just don't think as fans we equate enough of the human factor in. It's no different than a guy learning how to dribble. Steph dribbles the ball a lot better now than he did when he was in college, when he first got in the NBA. He shoots the ball better, too. He moves better without the ball. But also there's a human development. You're developing your game, but you're developing as a human being.
Yeah.
How are you going to be in this league when you're a father? How are you going to be when you don't have other superstars? What type of leader, when you have all those hard workers out of the building, and you have to set the tone, how are you going to respond? So I don't think that we equate the human development. Look at all the great stars we have in the league. Look how they've grown on and off the court. Yeah, I need to work on my jumper, but there's also aspects as a human being, human growth. That's what Kyrie Irving was going through when he started seeing people like Jaylen Brown, people like Tatum, being like, wow, I'm trying to tell these guys, wow, I heard that before. Someone told me that before. So I think there's more to growing as a leader, trying to lead other men, just as much growth on the court as there is off the court. So that's what I see with Kyrie. He didn't really need to grow his basketball game that much, besides being, as a floor general, that I'm going to generate other people's shots compared to I'm going to cook them. That part he could work on and get a little bit better at.
And
but
he has. And he has.
But the human side, we have to equate that. Man, he's going to grow as a person. That's what I saw with Kyrie when he reached out to Bron.
All right, let's tackle the fun part. What would a Laker team with LeBron, Kyrie, and AD look like? Would they be far and away the best team in the league?
I mean, I believe they'd be the best team in the league, and I believe it'd be the most talented big three we've ever seen. I believe it would trump the big three that the Warriors currently have. Because I think LeBron's better than Durant. I think Anthony Davis and Steph are eye to eye, and I know Kyrie's better than Clay. And so I think that I think it would be the most talented big three we've seen. But I also think that if Kevin Durant leaves, which is on the board, LeBron plus one of those guys is a championship level team.
I disagree with you as far as being, they might be more athletic than the Warriors, but they're not more skilled in basketball. They don't have the shooting that the Warriors, and they don't have the measure on the court that the Warriors, and there's no way Kyrie, LeBron at 69 years old, however old he is right now. AD's a great defender. Them other two aren't elite defenders. Sure. Man, Golden State is a lockdown in the playoffs. Man, they are locked down. KD, Draymond, because they do have Draymond and them on the team.
I was just going the top three versus top three, but you're
Clay
the full
and
team.
KD, their ability to play defense at an elite level, to me, still gives them the edge. The variance of that three-point line too, with you having elite shooters like that. So,
and don't forget Boogie.
I still give that edge to the Warriors, but this would be the best team LeBron's ever been on.
And I just want to make this very clear. When I first said this on Friday, people dismissed it as an impossibility. And then LeBron sent out that Instagram, and then all of a sudden other people started reporting similar things. I don't want people to go too far in the other direction. You can't go from 0% Friday morning when I've said it. I still think it is more likely than not that Kyrie Irving is not a Laker next year. I don't think this is something where the plan, it's not like the Olympic team where Bosh, Wade, and LeBron got together and said, this is what we're doing, allegedly. But it is very very much on the board, and it is a possibility. I don't know if I'd call it a high possibility yet, but it's a possibility that Kyrie joins LeBron with the Lakers next year.
I'm going to make you happy right now.
Oh,
We're
you
gonna
do
a little
every day,
segment.
Jenna.
Oh, you're the best. Time for Nick's favorite part of the show. We call it Nick Makes a List. Here we
I
go.
didn't know what she was going to do. I didn't look at the rundown. Oh, my God. Thank you.
This list right here, see?
Here we
it's
go.
The 7 most important Patriots in the Super Bowl. Number 7, one Julian Edelman. We saw his impact on those 3rd and 10s against Kansas City. We know he is Tom Brady's favorite target. You think that the